Hey everybody, it's Renee Harrison here from Be Social Blog. I'm going to teach you another secret strategy, and this one's going to be about adding a custom profile picture to your Facebook fan page or personal profile. As you can see on the screen here, I have my group and I just have a photo here, and I do want to change that to make it look a little more professional, and we all know that we need to brand ourselves on our social networks. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, we're going to be using Microsoft Office PowerPoint software, so hopefully you have that. If you come into here, it's just the default page that pops up. We want to go ahead and click on Layout at the top there and just choose a blank screen or blank slide here. There's a couple things you can do now at this point. You can pick a design here at the top, and there's just all sorts of different things you can do. If you just hover over it, it will change according to the design is. And then you can change the colors. For example, let's say we pick this one, we can change it to all these different color themes. So there's just a ton of stuff you can do. You can change the font within it as well. And the effects, I'm not sure what this is. I forgot about this. Anyways, and the background style is the one I was thinking about. So you can have it black or gray or white. There's just tons of different things you can do. I'm going to pick something a little more plain because I've had challenges with this before if you get too crazy of a design. And maybe we'll go with this and then pick a color. My blog is yellow, so this may not be my best choice. I'm trying to pick up on the colors of my blog. That's kind of like branding yourself as well. Okay, I've chosen this gray color because I do have quite a bit of gray in my blog, and so I just chose this design here, and then I just changed up the background a little bit with this one here. Next, what we're going to do is you're going to insert your photo, so go ahead up at the top. It says Insert on the tab and choose Picture. And so I have mine right here, so there I am. And then we're going to go ahead and move it around to where you think you'd like it. We can always mess with that later. Let's go to, we want to add a text box to write our text, so you have to click on that, and then it will come up here, and then you just drag it to make it larger so you can write in it. Okay, so this is usually where you would put your website URL if you have a website or a blog. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then you don't have to add the HTTP because it's not clickable on the screen. So you don't need that, and it helps you because then you can make it as large as possible. I went ahead and highlighted this, and I'm just going to make it a little larger font. Alright, and then, whoa, not that big. Okay. I may even put above this, since website is not very large, I could put creating a social, I could spell today. Okay. Business. Alright, and then obviously we've got to make this a little smaller. Because that's kind of like my catchphrase I use for my business. And then we'll want to center it, so go ahead and center that. I think we can even make this a little larger. Oh, yeah, I think I will. I think I'll bold it too. So just keep working on it until it looks decent, and I would make it as big as possible because once you shrink this down it gets very small to read, and by experience I've known that sometimes you just may want to put your website there and that's it. I can still make this bigger. Pull it, whoops, down. Okay, then we can make it slightly larger. Right about there is going to work. And you can change the font, you can change the color of the font. My colors are black, gray, and yellow, so yellow really isn't going to show up well. Alright, another thing I wanted to point out, with the photo, you can put a frame around it and really jazz that up quite a bit as well. Okay, so what you're going to do at the top, there's a tab called Format, so click on that, and then if you just hover over all these different frames, you can add a frame that you like. This one's pretty cool because it has a reflection, I kind of like that, but it may be so small that you don't really notice it anyways. And then if you go down, there's this one, that one, there's just a whole bunch here. This, yeah, a little bit more. I kind of like the black frame. I think it makes it stand out more. So we'll go with that. Right here it says picture border, so you can change the color. That's kind of okay. I'm trying to add yellow, but I don't think it's going to work for me. Maybe black is just going to be my best choice, or darker gray. Go ahead and play with that. And then here's the picture effects. You can do shadow, reflection is a very popular one. You can kind of do that, see how that pops up down there. I'll just go with that. Okay, another thing that you may have to do, change. You can test this out first, but if you do need to change it, I would go to design and then slide orientation. You can do portrait or landscape. And it's looking like this one's going to be okay for landscape. There's some photos I've had which work so much better with, not this one, but no, it depends on if, obviously, if your picture's wider than it is tall, then this is going to work better, or portrait would be taller than wide. Just wanted to point that out because that took me forever to figure out. So once you're happy with your slide here and your photo and everything, you would click on the button at the top and go to Save As, and then go on all the way down to Other Formats. And what we're trying to find, we're trying to make this into a JPEG image to upload into Facebook. It's called JPEG File Interchange Format. Go ahead, click that, name your presentation. It's Facebook profile photo. I have a whole bunch, so I'm going to have to write. Okay, then save. And it will say, do you want to export every slide? Don't know why it says that, but just sure. And okay, there. Now, it should be good to go. Let's come back to Facebook. Okay, so let's go ahead and change our picture. We're going to upload a picture. Go ahead and browse and find that picture where you left it last. And mine is right here. Open. It's not sure why it was called slide, but this takes a minute to upload, and there you go. That's it. Now, looking at this, I probably would make that photo a little bit bigger, and as you can tell, the words are kind of small. If you want to put more emphasis on your website, I would just take out creating social buzz for business and just make this photo larger and just emphasize the website. You don't have to put obviously if you don't have a website you can't do that, but some other things you could write for that text is what value you're going to give your audience. If it's a fan page, what is your fan page about? Just, or a catchphrase or slogan if you're a small business owner. Just take your time with that because that's very important. Okay, that is a free, easy way to brand yourself on your business, and if you want to take it one step further, you can hire a graphic designer for a more custom look. Be Social does have some resources and different price points for that. Make sure you check that out if you're interested in taking that next step, and it's not too terribly expensive to do a little banner. If you see my fan page here, I do have that more custom banner, and so it really does stand out more, but heck, for free, you can't go wrong, right? So, alright, well, if you have any problems or questions, just let me know, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. Thanks!